Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today we learn about the Conqueror's Hockey. This doesn't sound too bad. If you can get to Ante-8, you've basically won. As always, you can get the seed from the video description, and when you're ready, let's go Gold Stake Abandoned Deck. Alright, first boss, play 5 cards. First round, we have 3 aces already. We could try to go for the 8 or the 3 for the low straight, but since we have 3 aces, probably we go for a full house. Throwing away 5 and throwing away 4 is about the same. It's not actually exactly the same, but it's about the same. Holding on to just 1 card, throwing away only 4 is slightly better. So let's try to get a pair of 10s or another ace. Alright, there we go. How about aces and 10s? And the mathologist can get in the comments and check my math on that. Alright. Could be a Jupiter card. Maybe on the abandoned deck, that's not unreasonable. Probably we want a buffoon pack instead of a rental baseball card. So let's start there instead of Jupiter. This is not the best. Could be Mystic Summit, could be Greedy Joker. Mystic Summit I'll take as rental and then go next. So, alright, with Mystic Summit we can easily one-shot with a, we could do 2 pair, 10s and 8s, that one-shots. We could also do a straight, that also works. So, you could, since we have the straight, before we commit to using our discards, you could sell the Mystic Summit and just say, okay, I can probably win in 2 hands. I can probably get a straight and then follow up with maybe Diamonds Flush or some other flush we could have done if we hadn't already used our discards. I think Mystic Summit is worth keeping. It's worth paying the rental fee. So the idea is if Shop 2 is bad, if Shop 2 doesn't give us any points, then Mystic Summit allows us to beat the boss. Not just beat the boss, but beat the boss in 1 hand. So probably we keep Mystic Summit instead of selling it. We can play a straight. Alright, we pay the rental fee, but we win in 1 hand. So we lost money there, but not that much money. Probably we want the gelato. If we take the gelato, now we for sure don't need the Mystic Summit. We can save the rest of our money instead of taking Empress, for example. Here, 4s and 3s as a full house, that already wins. So, Mystic Summit's gone, play the full house. We don't need Mystic Summit anymore because we got the gelato here. Any 5-card hand is going to be at least 500 points. Now, rental bus. The answer is yes. Okay, we do that, sure. Then, now that we have the rental, we want to save our money. And also in this round, we want to save our hands. So, we could spam high card. Usually when you have the bus, you want to grow the bus, play as many hands as you can, get as much multi as you can. The problem with that is we have the rental. So, if you think about, okay, if we use all of our hands, we have no money from hands. We get just the blind reward money, which is $0 here, $4 here, $5 here. In total, that's $9. So $9 of reward money and then $9 of rental fees. So you just perfectly break even. The way that you get ahead or break out is by having leftover money for interest, except here, after we lose $3, we'll go down to 7. We only get $1 of interest. So when you just have the bus, trading hands, trading money for molt, $1, 1 molt is worth it. But when we have the rental bus, we need to secure our economy first before we start investing in molt. So let's try to get a flush or something that can win in relatively few hands. So the straight should be about 500 points. I want to win in maybe 2 hands. If I play this straight, then we can try to draw clubs, maybe. Okay, and then the next hand wins. So I can play 9s and 5s, and then that wins. We can try to get something better. We could Play 3 5s. That should be enough. The boss is going to debuff some stuff. I don't think it really matters. Play the 3 5s. Okay. So now we have $2 left over, 2 hands left over. You could also think of this as maybe we're not getting the maximum bus value if we're only playing 2 hands per round. But that's okay. I think bus is strong enough you can grow it later. Fast enough we can grow it later. Could be obelisk here. Obelisk is okay. Maybe. I guess the concern I have is it doesn't do anything right away, and it also costs $8. So I think it's worth the money. I think it's worth like 20 bucks or whatever, but maybe there's other things that we need to do first. So if there's like first shop constellation or first shop what is it, hologram, sometimes I would suggest not taking those in the first shop, and then saving your money for interest first, so you can get your plus mult jokers and get your chips and then get your interest online. So I'm going to say no to obelisk this time. And do we want a buffoon pack instead? Are we happy with the jokers that we have? I think I'm okay with a buffoon pack. Okay, and then we get a value generator. And now we can't afford the obelisk. We could consider taking the 8-ball here. Maybe as a perishable, I'm not interested in the 8-ball. If it weren't perishable, I would take it. Go next. Alright, so here, once again, trying to win in as few hands as possible. So we can play a 10 high straight. And then could be 2 pair aces and 5s is probably enough. Go aces and 5s here. That should work. Now we have +4 on the bus. Okay. Also, I guess not playing too many hands saves the gelato. Okay, now Supernova as another rental we probably don't take. 6 cents is a little bit too expensive. It's 11 bucks, though maybe doing the 6s is not that bad on the abandoned deck. Is it worth it for some random spectral cards? I don't know. Probably not. So I think I'm just going to save my money and go next. Alright, so what can we do here? We can try... Could be diamonds as a flush. Could be try to get a 6 for the straight. Could be clubs as a flush. Yeah, let's do clubs, and then we can follow up with 5s. Okay, could be 9s and 5s. That wins. And then once we get above 25 bucks, then we can go a lot harder on the bus. Alright, so now we're up to 13. There's superposition. I kind of like that idea. The boss says play only one type of hand. Do we take superposition as a value generator? I think we can. I think on the abandoned deck we can. So maybe we will. Seems like fun. I don't think I need a rental Onyx Agate. Let's just go next. Alright, so in this case, we want to try to get a 2. Maybe. One more time to get a 2. There's a 2. Okay. Does it matter if I keep the diamonds? Maybe. So this straight doesn't win. Judgment. We get a Jolly Joker. Okay, Jolly Joker, not really needed. Try to get another 2. We do get another 2. Alright. Okay. And a sun. Okay. Could be a mail-in rebate. Mail-in rebate on 3s. I think mail-in rebate as a rental, I don't think I'm interested. But maybe we go Arcana here. I think we have enough money we can take an Arcana pack. Could be Judgment again, could be remove 2 cards. I think 2 10s, we can hang them. Makes it easier for us to get our straights. I think Sun here doesn't super matter. Maybe it's worth selling the Sun. Maybe. Or I guess we could hold on to it. We could sell it. All right, let's hang him. No more 10s, and then go next. Sure. Okay. I can do this straight. Get a tower. My straights are not actually very good. That's important to know. Okay, I can play a pair of 6s. I can stone the 9 if we want. This will score much better. And then missing on the straight is fine, I guess. Rental fee takes me down to 15. Okay, this works. 30 chips on the gelato. Okay, Devil's good. Could be a card shark as a rental if we want to try to play. I don't know. We got Jolly Joker. We could try to play multiple pairs. Let's go Mega Arcana first. Fool for a tower. I could go Priestess and then use Fool to copy a planet card. I could go Fool for Judgment. Could go Fool for Devil. I think probably we go Judgment here. We maybe don't need Jolly Joker. What happens if we go Judgment? Get a runner. Okay. And then am I still keeping Golden Joker or am I taking the card shark? Against this boss, I think we aren't strong enough to beat the boss without the card shark. I think we got to take the card shark. If we are forced to take the card shark, maybe the gelato's not important. And then we can Judgment. We can sell the sun. Take the card shark. Play 2 straights. Should be enough. Sell the gelato here. Sure. Hallucination's good. Do I want Hallucination? Do I want Golden Joker? Probably Golden Joker is honestly safer. Since I have 2 rentals, maybe we go Golden Joker instead of Hallucination here. Bummer. Alright, I can't afford anything else, so we get 1 chance. I can play this straight. Doesn't win. Great. And then the next one does. Does it? I guess with the runner, it possibly does. We could do a gold 4. And then play this straight. And then not worry about superposition. Alright. Now we're chilling. Flame. I think we're chilling now. Could be go back in time. Boss says discards random cards. That's kind of rough. So could be Hermie for 20. Then we could go Arcana. We could reroll first. There's a Showman. There's a Supernova. Probably we don't do as a perishable. Could be Hermie here for 20 bucks. I don't think strength is important, but maybe I can make some bonus aces. Go Hermie. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the superposition straights. Let's go one more. All right, 8 ball, no. $8 for a reroll, no. Go next. All right, so I am looking for a 2. There's a 2. We don't need to play straights, and if we do play straights, we don't necessarily need a lot of straights. I just need to draw a 5 here. I only have 2 5s in the deck. I could get a 9 and a 10. Pair is 1,000. The next pair we play is 3,000. So we can win with pairs, or we can play the straight, and the straight probably wins. We miss out on the gold card, so maybe it's worth it to play high card first. Maybe? And then this straight wins because of the card shark. Yes. Okay. There's a fool for Hermie? Sure. So we can go Celestial Pack, Saturn maybe, then Hermie. Okay, before we go Arcana, let's re-roll. So one more. Moon, I probably don't care about. We could go $7 here. It could be a Cartomancer instead of a Golden Joker. Probably not. Could be a Hungman. That's great. No Judgment here. Chariot also probably doesn't matter, so I can just use it here and then go 9 and 8. Let's hang them. That way, if we get a Fool, we can copy the Hungman. $8 for a reroll. Let's go next. Alright, so I'm looking for... I only have 2 9s, so let's go for the low straight. Can play a 7 high straight. We only need 2 straights to win. The next straight wins. I just need a 5. So we could discard the 6, and that gives us a better chance of hitting the 5. Okay, so this doesn't win yet. What we got to do is, I guess you could play high card, is worth a couple thousand already. So high card is worth 6,000. Maybe wins actually. So let's play the straight, which definitely wins. Okay. Strength not necessary, but could be used in an emergency. Could be a flower pot. Is it ever a flower pot? I would rather not. Okay. I want to use Emperor. Do I care about keeping the Golden Joker? Probably. What's in the standard pack? So I don't think I need a 7. We can go Arcana. We can use Cell Judgment. Look in here. Alright, Fool for a Hungman. Or we could take $20. I think I like taking the Hungman. In that case, we said we don't really need Strength. We just take the Hungman here. And then do we want to go back in time? Maybe. I think with Superposition and Runner, I do want to go back in time. Alright. I don't know if that's objectively correct, but that's, for me, the fun thing to do. Okay, so pretty easy lineup on the straight here. Against the hook, something that you can do sometimes is you play some throwaway hands first, and then you have a hand that looks pretty close to being a straight. Then we start discarding, save our discards until we're almost there. Okay, this is a straight. I can play a 3 here and probably hold the Hungman. Alright, so that's a straight. I don't need a straight to win, so let's go 9 and 8. We can hang them. And then we get a Death card. Probably a gold 4. Alright, we did not get a straight. That's okay. 10 and 7, we can hang them. And then it doesn't matter what we play. So I guess we play all of them. Cool. Okay, discounted rerolls. This boss says -1 hand size, orbital attack, straight flush. So we can look inside a standard pack for value generators. Could be a purple 9. Is not. It's a little bit out of range from what we're trying to do, but maybe purple seal is kind of useful. think I'm okay with just a random purple seal, even though it doesn't align with what we're already doing. This stuff doesn't matter. Maybe we take a Mars card. Now with death, do I copy the purple seal or do I copy the gold seal? Maybe I'm willing to copy purple. Is that weird? Maybe. Alright, so here's a straight which doesn't win. Allegedly. Okay. There's the purple 9. So purple or gold? I think I'll go purple. And we could start building the high straights, but we're low on 8s now. So maybe we don't do that. Now I don't have that many 4s left. Sun and star I don't care about. Let's try to get a 5. He did not get a 5. Okay. The tarot cards, I'm just going to use them because I'm lazy. Or sell them because I'm lazy. There we go. 28 bucks, max interest. Alright. So, could be a spectral pack. I want to go celestial first. Maybe Mercury, and then save my money for the reroll voucher. There's a red seal. I don't think I get the hex here because we might lose the runner, but we can go red seal. We can make a red steel card. That could be useful with straights. Maybe I'm supposed to make a red gold card instead. Yeah, maybe. Maybe red gold. Anyway, here's a straight. I think I throw away the 3 here because I don't want to win right away. Alright, the next straight wins. I have a straight. I could discard the purple. I don't need the world. Alright, ship it. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to play high card there so we could grow the bus a little bit. Or maybe we don't mind having leftover hands. Maybe the bus is not super important once we level up our straights. Get another purple seal. Don't need the dagger. I can look inside a buffoon pack. Don't think I need Todd here. What was the boss again? The boss was -1 hand size, so difficult to get straights, but we should be okay with just pairs because of the bus. I probably want the voucher, even though it takes us below 25. Maybe I'm supposed to take the voucher and not look inside the booster packs. Probably. Alright. Let's try to get the low straight. Okay. And save death for purple seal, maybe? Alright, so that's the straight. That's the purple seal, so we can spin the wheel. Never lucky. So now I'm looking for a 5 and a 4. 17 cards left in the deck. We get a 5 and a 4. Yes. I did just use a death card, so do I care about the Hierophant here? Or... okay, 2 rentals takes me down to 10 bucks. So I don't have to decide yet. We can look for a Fool in the next shop. This Golden Joker we can still sell at some point. Okay, probably Arcana pack here. I don't think we need the voucher right away. This boss has no repeat hand types. That's rough. Alright, what's in the Arcana pack? So, could be Priestess, try to get a Saturn card. Could be Magician, try to get some money. I like that idea. So, let's go... 2s I'll make into bonus cards. 5 and 4 we can make into lucky cards. World I'm just gonna sell so I don't have to think about it. Wasteful voucher we can come back for. Okay, I can play this straight and then discard for the low one. Next straight wins. So I can discard 2 purples, get a Fool for a Magician. Probably we save the Fool for something spicier. I could play high card here and dig for the purple seal. And then high card again will win if we need it to. Okay, so lucky cards or nah? Probably nah. Rentals take me down to 13. So it doesn't matter if we sell the world or if we keep the world. So there's the street. Got a bunch of glass 9s. How's my 4 of a kind looking? Not great. Let's go Arcana, looking for money. Could be strength, doesn't matter. Could be Hyro, could be Chariot. I think Chariot, maybe we go Steel Ace. And I think I'd take this Arcana pack. Even though we go below on interest. Bummer. We could spin the wheel. We could make a steel card. I don't know. Maybe the steel card helps against the boss, but our levels are not very high, so maybe we just spin the wheel. Ah, foiled again. So let's go next. All right. This is not a straight. We get another chariot. A lot of chariots. So if I make a steel, we have steel ace and 3. Maybe we go steel 4. But then we discard for another chariot. Okay. So what does this do? Oh. Yeah, let's just do that, I guess. Alright, we got 11 bucks here. So let's go Arcana first. I really need to hit money and then we can copy with the Fool. Or we could use Death to make more of these 9s. I think I like that idea. So give me another 9. And then Fool for another Death card. Temperance for 10. Bummer. Alright. I can make a steel 4. I can make a steel 6. I don't have to commit yet, but I think I might do it right now. So steel 6, I guess. Make another 9. And then go temperance. Alright, so now we got 18 bucks, but I think we're supposed to take wasteful voucher here. And then I think I beat the boss with the 9s. Alright, so we don't discard any 9s. We got to keep all the 9s. We can play a pair first. How much do I need the steel cards? I don't know, let's play a pair first. Okay. And I can play high card. I can play a straight. Maybe if we draw 5. I think I discard all this and then that way we go play the 9s first. Keep the steel card in hand. Okay. So I could do... This is fine. There we go. High card 4 and then play all the 9s. Didn't play any straights. Bummer. That was crunchy. I guess that's okay because those were 9s anyway. But now we got no money, right? So be a vampire. Vampire's interesting with the superposition. Do we want vampire or do we want golden joker? This boss says base chips and mold halved. Probably we need the vampire. So I think we take it. That does cost us everything. So we go next now. Alright. Purple seals we can discard. Strength doesn't matter. So let's go Lovers here or on the 3 of hearts? Right, so I could play this straight for the vampire. And the next one wins. So 9 and 8 we can hang them. And the steel card I don't need. 5th card. So steel ace I don't need, 6 I don't need. Maybe we keep a steel 4 just in case. I want to use death on the purple seals probably so we can get more vampire action. We could also use death on the 4. Yeah, this is fine. So I could play the straight. I could play the pair for the bus value, I guess. Maybe that's like slightly better. All right, that's pretty good for a pair. 1-5 on the vampire. 100,000 points. All right. So we should be okay. We're broke though. Could be spectral pack. I want to get the paintbrush, so I think I should stop buying things. Let's go next. So this is not a straight. I can discard the gold 4. Sure. Okay. So that's a straight. Throwing away the steel card is okay, probably. Okay, I can turn a 7 into a 9. Priestess, we could use it. I'm just gonna sell it in case we get a fool, or no, we can use it. Plutonium, no. Jupiter, no. Discard 2 purples. I don't need the 6. I don't want to give up the steel card. Okay. This straight wins. I do have my other purple seals. That's okay. So don't need the moon, don't need the star. Ship it. Okay. And then the moon. All right. So I can take the paintbrush if we sell the moon here. Yes. Go next. Okay. Do we sacrifice the 6 here? I think that's fine. We can play this straight. Maybe throw away the 7. Alright, base, chips and molt halved, but we got 40 on the bus. Okay, the next one's going to be 90,000. I can discard 2 purples. I can discard the 2s. I could probably get the ace here, so maybe the thing that we're supposed to do is play the rock. We can play... Yeah, this is fine. Pair. So... Okay, I can discard a 6. I don't need this 3. I need to draw a 4 here. We get tower, we get lovers. So, lovers on the 3. Purple seal we can discard. And we can do lovers on the ace, I guess. Okay. Lovers again. Is that bad? No, I think it's fine, right? So if I play this, that's a straight. We need it to be a straight and not a straight flush because we need the card shark here. That's fine. Okay. 2-3 on the vampire. Could be Empress instead of Tower. I think is probably worth it. Boss says diamonds are debuffed. I wonder if we end up using this devil. Let's see. So I got purple seals. Maybe we go gold 2. Maybe 4 and 2 as molt cards. I want to discard purple and the 9, and maybe we keep the 3. Maybe we drop the 3. I don't know. There's a hung man. So I think 7s, 9s, and 6s we want to remove them. Otherwise, we can hold the hung man. I need to draw my 5s. So let's go Hungman on 1 card. That way I can go ace and 4 here as bonus cards. I think I'm not going to use the tower right away. Here, let's try to draw a 5. Okay, so we can play this straight if we don't mind sacrificing the 3. I think that's okay. And then the next one wins. So we decide, do we want to play the gold card or not? I don't need the 6. I could turn it into a rock. I think maybe tower I'm not super concerned about. Judgment I don't need. So temperance gives me 10 bucks. That's great. We can stone the 3. That way we can play high card. Does high card win? Off the top of my head, I don't know. So let's just go temperance here. Keep the steel card just in case we need it later. Okay, I mean, we're at 300,000 points. Priestess, or let's look for a fool. Alright, so this stuff we can't afford. Priestess says nope. Maybe Mars doesn't really work if we have the vampire. So I guess no Mars here. Let's just go next. Alright, so discard the 9 and a 3. I am missing the 4s. Okay, so if I discard the 6s, to get the straights, I can play an ace straight, and then I can also play a 4 straight. Those are my 2 straights. And we should be good on everything else. So here's ace through 5. And then now we draw our other 6. So we could discard 4 cards, we can draw 4 cards. I don't need the sun. There's a 6. So 6 and 5, we can use the magician. And then play 6 high straight. Chip it. Okay. And what was the boss again? Boss's diamonds are debuffed. So could be, we don't have room for the discard, could be an Arcana pack. Maybe lucky ace and 2. And then go next. Alright, vampires are ×3. I could discard the 6 and the 5. There's a fool for, at this point, magician is fine. We go ace 2. If I discard these 3s, I don't have enough other 3s in the deck, so I need to keep at least 1 3. I can discard the 9, and then we have plenty of 2s, plenty of 5s. I really need to see those 4s, so I can discard. We have to keep the 3s. Okay, I need to draw 4 here. I could drop the ace and drop the 5. And then if I drop the 5 here, we need the 4 and the ace. I could drop a 2. And then we can guarantee the draw. Okay, I need 2 3s, I need 2 2s, I need 5. I have 2 aces in the deck. This is fine. Alright, I could do... My aces are in the deck. That's awkward. Because I need both of these 2s. I don't need all of these 4s, I guess. I can play 2 4s, I can play the 9. I can go glass 4. Yikes. I guess if I just play pairs, we win. But I want to play the straights. Now the 4s are in the deck. So we only win if we play pairs. That sucks. Alright. Bummer. And then we didn't get the gold cards, and we didn't get the superposition. This boss. Random Joker disabled. That's rough. We don't have very high hand levels, so we really are dependent on our Jokers. Maybe I'm not supposed to look inside here, but we could take a 6. It's a lucky 6 that feeds the vampire marginally. Maybe it's not worth it to take the lucky 6 because we want to be able to draw our purple seals consistently. Alright. Play the ace high straight first. Next hand wins. We can spin the wheel, I guess. Holographic is okay. So we only need one more straight. We can start off with a pair so that we can get all of our purple seals. Oh, that, yeah, that makes sense. That's 100,000 per hand. That's a whoopsie. That's my bad. 2 standard packs. Probably not worth looking in here. Maybe you could get a random red seal. So let's just go next. Okay, now 6, 5, 4, 3. I can discard. I could make a red steel card. I think I just want to discard the purples here. Okay. Ace 3 with the magician. Now temperance for 10 bucks. So I can play this straight, which doesn't win. And the next one does. So I can discard the 5 here. I want to play the 6 high straight. I can save the red seal for, or sorry, save the chariot for the red seal, discard the 9 here. Okay, so red steel here, gold 5. Play something like that. That's the straight. Alright. Times 4 on the vampire. Mars doesn't matter because we're going to play 3 straights here. That's the plan. We can look inside a spectral pack after re-rolling. Could be trio here. We can't. 4 of a kind's not high enough level. I guess if we get Ecto here, we could play 3 of a kind a couple times. Hex doesn't work. Could be Aura. Could be Grim. Guaranteed enhancements on the aces. No, let's go Aura on maybe a 5. Foil is not super important. Alright, so Star, no. Arcana, maybe we get Hermie? No, we get Empress. So it could be Empress on, we have the foil 5. How about a 4 and a 3, I guess? Maybe it doesn't super matter. Red card, photograph, we cannot. So that's it. Okay, card shark, that's good. That's alright. We can discard 2 purples. So I do need to find a 5 right away. And then after we find the 5, we have not that many 3s in the deck. Okay, so I can make these. Play the 6 high straight. Okay. Then the bus is disabled, so now I need to draw my 4. I have 2 more straights that are possible. I just have to draw the 2 4s. I don't need this many 5s. I don't need this many aces. All we gotta do is draw any 1 4 here and we got it. Alright, so I don't need the moon. Use the emperor. Alright, for me, I guess. So I can play this straight. I guess we could use the gold cards if you want. We don't have the bust, but we have the steel cards. Oh man. I didn't even get to use my AK. Anyway, that was bumpy. Yeah, not gonna lie, that was a little bit bumpy there. I guess we had the bus, and the bus was a rental, and we said, okay, with the bus, definitely in the early game, you don't want to play too many hands. Usually with the bus, you want to play all your hands, but if you have a rental bus, save your hands in the early game. That way you can get interest and then leverage the interest and leverage the extra hands in order to pay for the rental fee. Someone asked about this on the last video. I commented this on the last video, but the interest is capped at $25. $25 in the bank, you get $5 per round. But having more money beyond that gives you something similar to interest. So the idea is if you have more money, the excess money you are investing in Arcana packs, you're investing in standard packs, you're investing in more value generation. So in the early game, you're not opening booster packs because you're saving your money for interest. That's the safest, easiest way to get value generation each round is with interest. And then once you start having excess money, then you can start taking a little bit risks opening booster packs. Booster packs have a chance of failing, but they also have a chance of high rolling into could be gold cards or gold seals or maybe the occasional hermit or temperance or stuff like that. So the sort of compounding value of having money in the bank goes beyond just interest. Interest is not capped at $25. Actually, if you have more money, then you start getting more value generators, and from there you can start snowballing. So yeah, with the bus here, not wanting to play all the hands in the early game. But let's see here. We also had the rental card shark. 2 rentals was a little bit rough. We had Golden Joker for a little while. I decided to take Superposition because Superposition is a value generator. The idea being, okay, if I've got the bus and I've got the runner as my scoring, runner scales really quickly. If you're gaining 2 straights per round, that's 30 chips per round. That's as much as a Saturn card. Combined with the bus, then this is plenty of scaling on its own. And then if we wanted to, we could have just spammed any hand. If all of my molt is here and all of my chips are here, in the end game, you can play whatever hand you want. You could just play high card against the boss 3 times. We just went for straights there for style points. The extra scaling on the runner in Ante-8 doesn't matter. If you already have 400 chips, you don't really need the extra 50 chips. In Ante-8, you play just whatever works, whatever gives you the most value. Obviously, we continue playing straights because of Superposition, giving us the tarot cards which we could use for money or we could use to feed the vampire. Common misconception about the vampire, you can still use steel cards because you don't have to play those. You can still use gold cards because you don't have to play those. In an emergency, you will, and then it's a minor loss there, but you can still play those. The purple seals are maybe something that I don't usually value very highly. When you have fewer cards in your deck, maybe they're a little bit more meaningful. And so starting from, we had 40 cards in the deck, got down to 35, picked up a purple seal, now down to 30 cards in the deck. Purple seal for the deck building, which allows us to play the low straights, but then also purple seals for the vampire value. But the idea is, if I have already runner scaling chips, bus scaling molt, card shark X molt, I don't need anything else. I'm broke. I can't afford anything else. I don't need anything else. Maybe with the vampire is a little bit safer. Extra scaling, maybe. Take care, everyone.